the receipt of the consumer. Well, anyway, this clip got edited out by NBC. I wonder why they edited this one out. Here, play this clip.
What did you say to Jeff Bezos?
He's just a very nice guy. We have a relationship. I asked him about it. He said, well, I don't want to do that. And he took it off immediately.
So he changed course. And will you take that same tactic with other CEOs if you
I'll
feel
always
like
call people if I disagree with them. If I think that somebody's doing something that's incorrect, wrong, or maybe hurtful to the country, I'll call. Absolutely. Wouldn't you want me to call? Biden wouldn't call because he didn't know what was happening, but I do.
They edited that clip out. $20 billion. Please let me take your $20 billion. Okay, folks. How many yachts should I buy with that? How many jets should I buy with with that? Okay, the next clip NBC did not include on the broadcast to the public was when Donald Trump said that egg prices are down 87%. Then Kristen Welker, the host, tries to help Donald Trump and goes, look, Donald, we know that eggs were high because of, she tries to give him the answer. Bird flu. That's why. Blame it on bird flu. Even though former President Biden never got the benefit of the doubt on anything, and Kristen Welker and others would just destroy Biden on literally every issue. And by the way, when's the NBC story going to run on how cognitively declined Donald Trump looks? If you have people in your life that you know who have dementia or suffer from cognitive issues, I'm not a doctor. I don't know what I'm observing with Donald Trump, but I can tell you that it certainly looks like people I know that do. So you tell me. But anyway, she tries to help him and goes, it was because of the bird flu. Now, Donald Trump, whatever it is, he doesn't even understand she's trying to help him. So he attacks her and he goes, why would you say that? Why would you say that? We had the same bird flu as he had. She's trying to help him there. I wonder if that's why they cut this clip out from what was aired to the public. Here, play this clip.
People, it didn't matter what they made because they were losing their shirt because of costs. Now take a look at what happened. Oil is down. Gasoline is down. Groceries are down. Eggs. You were the one that asked me. You asked me about eggs. It was the first week. I didn't even know anything about what were you talking about. Egg prices were so high you couldn't buy eggs. They didn't have any eggs. And they said Easter is going to be a disaster. Well, we had Easter at the White House and we had thousands of eggs and they were down 87%.
Yeah, a lot of that, of course, spike was because of bird flu. But when does it become the Trump economy?
Why do you say that?
Well, tell me,
we had the same bird flu as he had.
The next clip that they edited out on the NBC interview that the public didn't get to see unless you went to the NBC website. Not a lot of people do that. Is when Donald Trump whines about the 2020 election. For a long time in this interview, that all got cut. Donald Trump was saying the election was rigged, and Kristen Welker again tries to help him. And she goes, I don't want to look back. Let's look forward. Donald's like, I want to look back. It was rigged. It was unfair. She's like, all right, Donald, let's move forward. It was rigged. I wonder why they deleted this clip. Here, play it.
You know, my 4 years were phenomenal, as you know, the stock market. In fact, even though we had to go through the COVID thing, that horrible situation with COVID, we did numbers. And when I gave it over, when I handed it over, the election was rigged and because of that, we have a lot of problems, by the way. But when I handed it over, what happened? The market was higher than it was previous to COVID coming in. Yeah. Nobody could believe it. The stock market I'm talking about.
I don't want to look back, but you did take your case to court about that. You took your case to court about your allegations against the election. Let me ask you,
There's no question about it. The election was rigged. The facts are in, and it's still being litigated. Let's go.
You did take your case to court more than 60 times and didn't win those cases.
I won a lot of court cases.
Just to button that up, though, sir. Just to button that up.
What are you talking about?
How
the election
worried are you?
Are we talking about the election
Let's talk about here and now. Let's talk about
the
here and now.
election of 2020?
Let's not talk about. Let's talk about here and now.
I think you get the point now of which clips they're deleting. And again, as a consumer, Donald Trump says he's a consumer, and Ronnie Jackson's a consumer, and they suffered serious emotional distress. That's why they're suing CBS for $20 billion and Paramount. I don't know. Are you distressed? I'm distressed. $20 billion. $20 billion seems about right. Thanks for creating that precedent for me, Donald. And then over here, Donald Trump, this is where he goes, what people don't understand is that the countries eat the tariffs. They eat the tariffs. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the tariffs. Apparently, here, play this clip.
But what people don't understand is, and this is a lot, the country eats the tariff. The company eats the tariff. And it's not passed along at all.
Well, some CEOs are saying they're going to have to pass it on. So how do you deal with those CEOs?
But the company,
how do you deal with those CEOs?
China is eating the tariffs right now.
What do you say to those CEOs who are saying, we might have to pass this on to the consumer?
Well, they say that because maybe it's to their advantage to say it.
Will you punish them?
No, because you know what? I want them to build plants in the United States. That way they don't have any tariffs. See, tariffs will, and not only will, look at what's happened. In 2 months, we're close to $9 trillion of investment. We've never been anywhere near that.
Okay, well, if you want to know my opinion why NBC edited that out, because if you take that clip with the Bezos clip, it shows that Donald Trump is the most generous thing you can say about Donald Trump is that either he's an idiot, he has major cognitive issues. That's the nicest interpretation of him, honestly, right? Because the alternative is that this is just an insane monster, which is it's probably all of the above right here. So the countries are eating it, okay, but Bezos is putting it on because the countries are eating it, and then you're calling Bezos to say, hide the tariffs? Huh. Doesn't this seem a little bit like a miracle, it's all going to go away? Stop the testing. Stop the testing. I've given this example before, and it just bears repeating right now. I saw that movie. It was with Leonardo DiCaprio and others. It's called Don't Look Up. And the asteroid is about to hit the Earth, and people see it coming. They see it coming. And then there's a whole movement of just don't look up, which to me is like a miracle. It's all going to go away. Don't look at the ports. Don't see that shipping has come to a complete halt in Seattle, in Long Beach, in Boston. Don't look up. Don't see that the ships are all in Shanghai and in Chinese ports, and they're not coming here. Don't look up. Don't see that this is having a disastrous impact systemically on our economy, and we know what the next several quarters are going to look like if we go down this path. Don't look up. I want to tell you to look up. See it. Let's look at it. Let's try to solve it. Let's try to fix it. The parallels there are uncanny. It almost feels like the current moment is a parody of Don't Look Up. What does the future hold for business? You ask 9 experts, you get 10 different answers. Bull market, bear market. Will rates rise? Will rates fall? Can someone please invent a crystal ball? Until then, over 40,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one fluid platform. With one unified business management suite, there's one source of truth giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions, like we need to do at the Midas Touch Network. With real-time insights and forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And you know I love data. When you're closing the books in days, not weeks, you're spending less time looking backwards and more time on what's next. That's why I use this, and you should too. So, whether your company is earning millions or even hundreds of millions, NetSuite helps you respond to the immediate challenges and seize your biggest opportunities. Speaking of opportunity, download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning at netsuite.com/Midas. The guide is free to you at netsuite.com/Midas. That's netsuite.com/Midas. One more time, go to netsuite.com/Midas. Thanks, NetSuite. All right, let me just show you what Donald Trump's lawsuit's all about, because you may go, Ben, he's saying that he's a consumer who suffered $20 billion of damages, him and Ronnie Jackson, for what they observed with, they said, the former Vice President Kamala Harris interview being edited. By the way, they took out, and CBS took out some ums or ahs when it was probably 45 seconds where Kamala Harris wasn't bad. She was just a little bit non-responsive to the question, and it just slowed down the answer. So they put it on the full one, and they removed it. There was nothing substantive that drastically or that even materially changed any of the answers. Here, just take a look at the lawsuit. This is the amended complaint filed February 7th, 2025. And then this is how it's written. In plain English, freedom carries with it responsibility even for the press. Freedom of the press is not freedom from responsibility.